it's MK, and for today on Off the Board, we are hanging out with a mood board. And this mood board actually kind of went with what I was already working with. Now, yeah, my colors were a bit on the green side, but I figured for one layout, I could kind of switch to the blues that were in there, especially with the fact that the photo has our big blue truck in it. And this photo I actually get to show you because the only geese that are on the ground are the decoys. So here is Big Blue, and I just look at her. She just looks so good sitting right there. Sorry, we're kind of fans of all of our vehicles. And again, I am showing you guys all of the same exact supplies that I have been playing with, I think for the last 3 layouts. So this will make layout number 4. And I do have to cut out some more feathers from that paper. It's a good thing that I ordered the extra paper pack through Not Just for Boys Kit Club. So that way I had 2 of these feather papers, because on a normal day, I would not have bought 2 of these papers at all. I also have a bunch of pocket cards left over that didn't make it on, and then I am going to be making an 8.5 by 11 page. That way I can have a back page to the one that I already made. I'm using Speckled Egg, Stormy Sky, and Spruced Ice. I can't remember that one, because I thought that those went really well with the mood board. Now, I do have to tell you guys that I squirted out way too much of my, what's it called? It's a medium of some sort. Oh, you guys, I forgot what it was called. Gel medium. Ha! See? Simple names elude me. I'm sorry. So I squirted out too much, and so I had to basically take it off and then just put it off to the side, and then I found a separate container to put it back in. While that is off drying, I remembered that I had a bunch of feather stamps, because if I cut out all of the stamps or all of the feathers in that paper, I'm going to want to go back to the greens. So I figured if I stamped blue feathers, then I would stay a little bit true to the blue. All right. So this Altenew stamp set right here is actually layered feathers. And so my favorite ones are the more detailed feathers rather than the one that kind of seems like it's plain Jane. I do like the detailed ones. And on the first detail one, I am not going to use the polka dots on it. That is the layer for it, is the polka dots. Instead, I'm going to ink the entire feather in Speckled Egg, and then I'm going to turn around and ink the edges in Iced Spruce. That way I get a two-tone effect on my feather with minimal effort. It doesn't take a whole lot. So I'm going to do it again in case you missed it the first time. I'm just going around the edges of the feather, and then that very, very top where it's kind of a little bit more stringy thingy than it is in the bottom half of the feather. So, and then I stamp it again. Don't forget to say the word stamp, because that's what I do. And then I'm going to do the other stamp that kind of looks like it has zebra stripes on it. And so I am going to stamp the layer of that as well. So I stamped this one in the Speckled Egg again. And after I do that, I am going to, well, first I'm going to forget what the heck I'm doing. So I'm going to stamp in Speckled Egg. Then I'm going to take the layer. Okay, actually I'm going to stamp it twice because I want 2 of every feather, just in case. I don't end up using all of these feathers, but it's good to have the extras considering I have one more layout to make you guys, just one more. Almost stamped again. Wrong. I am so wanting to use that Stormy Sky that I just don't know what I'm doing. That's it. So here is the, it's almost like a zebra stripe, and it matches perfectly and goes on top of this feather beautifully. Line it up a little bit, stamp it. I am off a little bit, but not too much. I'm not going to fuss over it. Do it again one more time. And then the other stamps from the other set, which I do not know where it came from, I apologize. But those ones I just stamped in the single colors. So I have 2 for Stormy Sky, 2 for the Iced Spruce, and 2 in the Speckled Egg. Then I took Iced Spruce and Speckled Egg and I splattered them. That way they kind of sort of matched my other feathers that I'm going to cut from the paper pack, or the paper, it's not a pack, it's just a paper. But now I have like almost matching feathers. Yeah. So, and I wanted to make sure that a couple of the other colored feathers got the Speckled Egg. Now, while those were off drying, I went back to my background and I actually sprinkled Iced Spruce and Speckled Egg at a diagonal on my background. But then I took the little tube from the speckled egg and I rubbed it on my background. So that way I could get the highs of the of all that dimension. Now I'm working on my photo mat. So I just basically used my edge distresser, yep, you know what it is, on my photo mat. And then I'm going to take the rest or the leftover of this tissue paper and spread it across my layout now, or my photo mat. Now what I was trying to go for was kind of like a floating photo, because I wanted the tissue paper to be so dimensional that the photo kind of floated on top of the photo mat. It kind of does that, but kind of does not. So I cut out Stretch Your Stuff from that pocket card. The rest of the card was a waste, you guys. I threw it away. Yep. So now I've got Strut Your Stuff is going to be my title. I kind of like it because it makes it look like that truck is sitting there all nice and proud and I'm a geek. Yep, I know. Okay. Going back to my wood grain pieces, still trying to use them all, you guys. I promise. I promise you guys will only see them in one more video and then they're done. Yep. So I really wanted to take this tiny little wood grain piece and put it up in the corner, so I kind of had like another embellishment cluster area or designated area, but my photo was too far in the center. So I just moved it down about an inch, not a big deal. And I put that small little piece up on top after distressing the edges. Now this pocket card that has the star on it just was not going to work for me. So basically what I ended up doing is trimming out the star, and now I have an open star, which I think even looks better than when it was a pocket card. Yeah. So I went ahead and tucked that behind so it was part of the title cluster. And now I'm going to kind of commit to a few things. I'm not going to commit right away to like the title and the star and this and that and everything else. I just kind of wanted to get some of the main elements so that way I had places to tuck and then the tucking wasn't shifting all over the place. It's just, you know, you glue this and then you don't glue that and then you glue this and then you don't glue that. It's weird. Sometimes I forget to glue all together and then it makes for an interesting layout. Yes, it does. So I am going to tuck some feathers around my title. I've just basically figured that that'll just be one large cluster and then I'll have a smaller cluster up in the upper left-hand corner. Not a big deal. Taking this little tab sticker from the Close to My Heart sheet and making sure that it has a home, as well as this bubble. Now, I don't like word bubbles, you guys. I just never have. So I am going to hang it off the edge to where I can take it, so I can cut off that word bubble part. But first I had to put it on a piece of cardstock because the stickers here are just uber super thin. And the point of them being so thin is because it's for pocket cards. They wanted to keep everything nice and thin so the pockets don't become too bulky. All right. Now I am using what I thought looked like Nike swooshes from the chipboard. No, what is that? Cork. From the cork stack. You know what? I think that is little yellow bicycle cork little elements. I'm not really sure. I'll have to find that sheet and find out. Anyways, but I stuck those all inside the clusters to make it kind of look like they were just little loopies of some sort. I'm not really sure. I'm just making it up as I go along again. Finally like how everything is looking, so I basically commit and start gluing down. I do have to glue the swooshes down as well because of how textured the background is. I wanted to make sure when I lay down my my tissue paper, when I lay it down and actually make a background with it, I love all the hills and valleys that it creates. So I make sure that I scrunch it up really well and then glue it down. So that way all those hills and valleys get glued and hardened in their dimension. Yes, that's a thing. So I'm taking these, I believe they are Heidi Swapp. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I apologize. But I'm cutting out the inner bits because I wanted more open stars that matched the one that I already had. And I happened to find two of this color of star that is open, but it had the little crosshairs. Now I was looking for a third one and then I realized my third one was already glued to the page. So I only needed the two, which was absolutely perfect. I mean, I couldn't have planned that better myself, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and commit and glue that down. And then I also found a teal star. Now I was looking also for another teal star because just one would have worked, but I couldn't find it. And I have to tell you that it seems like it's missing something because I added 2 elements that look very, very green. Like I forgot about the mood board. Okay, so that's my thing. So I found these acrylic stars that have these blue arrows on them. Again, I think these are Heidi Swapp. But the blue was perfect. It matches the blue in the truck, actually. So I thought, hey, if I add these stars, I think it'll be perfect because it brings it back to the mood board. So I've got 3 stars, which I thought I had 5. Weird. I didn't. And I'm starting to just tuck and put in, so that way all you see is the blue portion of it. And then it, like I said, it brings back that mood again. And that's when I realized I had 4 stars and I thought I only need 3. So I went back. I did rub on the stars a little bit because I wasn't sure whether or not they had the little film on them, which they don't. So that was just, I was just checking, making sure you were paying attention. That was it. Then I'm going to go through real quick and add some more speckled egg. That way it looks like part of my layout was all speckled as well. So I wanted to make sure that all the elements had a little bit of speckle, not a whole lot, just a little bit. And then I'm going to pull out my little paper clips. I'm almost out of these brass colored ones. I'm going to have to start using the copper ones here pretty soon. And that's it. I am all done. I had so much fun making this layout. I love making a mess and I love just taking little bits of pieces and things and making it work. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure that you go down to the description block below the video. There's a little arrow that will show you everyone that is playing along. Some people play all month. Some people are playing just on certain days, and some people are just sporadic. It's okay. We enjoy anybody that is playing along. And if you guys are playing along on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, be sure to tag me so I can see what you guys are working on too. How fun is that? All right, I'll check y'all later. Bye.